Several years ago, my mother came down with lung cancer, and that's one of the areas that my research hadn't delved into at all. I had really not a good understanding of what cancer was, where it came from, or what to do about it outside of the standard medical practices of chemo and radiation. So I went on a very in-depth research that lasted me about 6 months, trying to find some alternative methods to help my mom with her lung cancer. I was very frustrated after a 6-month period of studying that I didn't find too many things that had a lot of evidence or research history behind them, and I didn't have confidence to present most of the things that I thought looked interesting to my mother. Ionized water was one of the things that I found that actually had a couple decades of research and science behind it. Even though I had no experience with it myself, and I really had no understanding of what happens when you alkalize and energize the body through electrons and antioxidants and high alkalinity, the evidence that I found gave me enough confidence to present it to my mother. Unfortunately, by the time I did all that research, my mother was down to about the last 2 weeks of her life. And she was not able to take advantage of the alkaline water because she was bedridden at the time. She was on high doses of morphine, and even though I flew back to New Jersey, where I'm originally from, and brought a ionizer with me, and I brought water into the hospital, I couldn't get her to take more than a sip at a time. But one very interesting part of the story is, about a week before my mother passed, she grabbed me by the wrist as I was trying to feed her some water, and she said, "Ronnie, this water's for you. It's not for me." And interestingly enough, she was right. I couldn't really get any benefit to her for the water, so I took the machine back to California with me. And as I said, she passed away a week later. And I went on a very strict regimen of drinking a lot of water for the next 6 months. And I was drinking probably about 2 to 3 liters, up to a gallon of water a day, consistently for 6 months. And in that time period, I was able to drop 40 pounds with no diet or exercise. I wasn't exercising at all during that time period because I was very busy with work. And I didn't have any special supplements, it was just the water. I lost 40 pounds, my eyesight improved, blurry vision, my energy levels improved dramatically, my brain fog had cleared, not being able to remember things, and that's pretty scary when you're in your early 40s like I am. I had internal hemorrhoids clear up completely, and I had lived with those for over 20 years because I never had the, even though I'm an ex-decorated Marine, I never had the guts to get the surgery to have the hemorrhoids removed. So I lived with them for over 20 years. The alkaline water had completely had them gone after a 6-month period, which really shocked me. I've been drinking now for almost 3 years, and my health continues to improve. What's really amazing is at the beginning of all this, I had my blood looked at on a live cell analysis, and you could see all your red blood cells and what's floating in between them and the white blood cells, and my blood was very scary to say the least. But essentially, I've seen my blood recently, and the change is absolutely dramatic. It's just amazing, and that's all the evidence that anybody that's drinking the water needs. Once I decided that the water was real and that I was getting all these incredible results, and of course I was sharing it with my friends and my business associates, a lot of people started asking me how to get the machines. So one thing led to another, and I decided to get involved in the business. Being the researcher that I am, I couldn't just pick any brand of ionizer and start selling it because my intention was not to make money or turn it into a money business. My intention was to help cancer patients and those people that were sick or those people that just wanted to prevent cancer. So I started to do a lot of research, and I started to really get involved in the entire industry of water ionizers. I started to order machines from all the various manufacturers that were available here in the United States. And I not only ordered the machines, but I did thorough testing on them in my own kitchen. I ordered all the expensive testing equipment, the ORP meters, the pH meters, the TDS meters, the chlorine testers, and I had multiple versions of each meter to make sure that I was getting accurate results instead of just depending on one person's product. To date, I've probably tested about 40 different ionizer brands and models, and many of them Americans have never heard from or heard of because I got them from other countries, just to make sure I had a thorough knowledge of everything that was available out there. Currently, we've actually chose one brand that we've been the most impressed with to represent as our flagship brand, and that's Chanson Ionizers. We've been extremely impressed with this product, and we're really proud to offer it to our friends and family members. And it's the one that I have in my house, and the interesting thing is I can have any ionizer I want, and this is the one I chose. And I hope nobody thinks I'm in this for the money, because yeah, of course I want to sell ionizers, and I'm in the business now and I'm spending a lot of time in this business. But our main goal was to find a product that was from a bona fide manufacturer, the factory had all the certifications that a professional factory is expected to have, and the majority of the machine is actually made in that factory and not parts coming from all over the world and just some rogue assembler that has no accreditations or certifications putting the machines together and making boastful claims about what the machine will do and what it won't. In closing, I've had an incredible few years in this business. We've sold hundreds of ionizers. We've had incredible health testimonials from our customers. We've only had one refund in almost a 3-year period, and that was because the customer never even opened the ionizer and their oncologist told them this is not a good thing for you to do. So we've actually had 0 returns from unsatisfied customers, and that is almost unheard of. So I'm extremely proud to be the president of this company and to be involved in this business. And I know my mom is extremely proud of me because this is what she wanted. She wanted me to make sure people didn't end up in the same position that she did. I just want everybody out there to know that purchases a product from us, that we stand behind our product. We're a company with integrity. We will never tell you a lie just to make a sale to you. We are more interested in your results, your health, and your longevity than selling a machine. I know there's a lot of confusion out there when people are shopping for machines. All of the ionizer review sites and all of the various opinions, and I could tell you I know all of those people by first name that run each one of those sites, all the various manufacturers. I know them all, or excuse me, not manufacturers, but people who claim to be manufacturers of their brand and they're actually not. I'd rather not get into that at this point, but we're going to cover that subject more in detail at a later date. But the bottom line is, purchase from us with confidence. Our whole goal is to make sure that you stay a happy customer long term. We want you to become part of our family, and we want to become part of your family. I'm always available to my customers that need any kind of advice as far as their health routines, losing weight, disease prevention, any of those things I'm always happy to help with, and we have a whole staff that's also expertly trained and very happy to help. I want to thank you for becoming part of our company, and I want to hear your testimonial after you've drank that water. I love to hear people's results, and I love to hear how people took their own health into their hands and changed their life. My name is Ronnie Ruiz again, and I thank you very much.